Believe it or not, I've only watched the show up to season 4. Way back in 2004, I think it was, when I first started The Walking Dead. For me, zombies were always something I would make up on as I went along. They were never, I would never sort of labour over them. It was almost letting the pen guide my hand and just seeing what I came up with. I did take a bit of inspiration from Tony Moore, the original artist of The Walking Dead. If there's one thing I did take as inspiration, it would have been his version of zombies. I quite like the way he depicted them with the sort of the pulled back lips and everything. But aside from that, like I said, it was a case of just letting my hand guide me. So I'm sort of drawing I suppose for want of a better word, the classic zombie here that I tend to sketch for fans, and unless they ask for a specific type of character.
So what's the most important thing to do when you're drawing a zombie like this?
Just give it as much gru and gore as possible. They still have to look relatively human. Yeah, you've always got to be mindful that these are reanimated corpses. So yeah, at one point they were actually living, breathing human beings.
Oh, this one's amazing.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, that'll do if you want. Yeah, that's cool. I have no real hardcore favourites. I've always quite liked Negan. I like drawing Negan because he's pretty much the only character I always sketch smiling. Everyone else always has to look very serious. Negan came about when we were doing, Robert had obviously already conceived of the Saviour's storyline. He said, tell you what, do 6 covers of the Saviours, but just do them, sort of their neck down to their waists, and each of them will be holding a weapon. One character will be holding a gun, one character will be holding a machete, one character will be holding a baseball bat with barbed wire wrapped around it. So I did these 6 characters, and when I finished, Robert just basically said, he looked at the character with the baseball bat wrapped in barbed wire and said, yep, that's Negan, that's our Negan. There we go. He might be a zombie for all we know. Even I don't know whether he's alive or dead. Robert and I had planned this ending 4 years ago. We had a conversation about finishing it that long ago. It was no sort of big surprise to obviously to either of us when we decided to when we got closer to the finish, because we knew we were going to finish on that specific issue number and things like that. I didn't want to finish because I'd had enough. I wanted to finish, with the feeling of wanting still to do more, because, in the end, you're giving the fans more then, rather than just disappointing them with the fact that you're just on automatic pilot, just drawing this thing, well, arguably for the money. So that was the reason we decided to end it. Still when it was popular, still when, there was stories to tell, but no, not anymore.
Do you watch the show?
Believe it or not, I've only watched the show up to season 4. So this is no criticism of the show, but for me it just feels like watching the show is doing homework. I started watching it and enjoyed it, but as the seasons went on, I just fell behind, and all of a sudden I found myself having not seen it for a few seasons, and probably will never catch up with it now. Especially if they keep producing it. I've never even seen any of Fear the Walking Dead, and I'm sure I'll never see anything of the new one as well. Might go and watch the movie if it comes out in the cinema. There we go. Well, this is my version of him.
You must have some pressure to bring in the comic somehow from the fans.
Yeah, but we always said, no, we're never going to do that. And like I say, we were true to our word. No, he's a pure TV fabrication. Why would we bring that into our own original word? It would feel wrong Walking Dead is it's the original. Yeah. It is the one the TV show is following, not the other way around. So to copy the TV show would feel completely disingenuous. It's generally perceived that the TV show, takes cues from us. So yeah, having Daryl in it would have been wrong. And I'm glad Robert stuck to his guns on that as well. Thing is, because he's on the TV show, I've never really studied him. So,
pretty amazing.
There you go.
Works pretty well.
Well, the longest thing I did for DC was for Wildstorm. I did something called The Establishment. I did a 6-issue miniseries, a Green Lantern, Green Arrow team-up, 2-issue Superman story with Joe Casey, and I think I did a couple of Batman stories. Yeah, I did a tiny bit of Marvel stuff as well. Did a issue of Spider-Man once, and I did X-Men Hellfire Club. I'm working on a book with the aforementioned Robbie Morrison called Heretic, which is a 16th century set murder mystery story featuring non-fictional characters from that period, but in a fictional setting, a fictional story. So it's all about the Spanish Inquisition and things like that. So yeah, so we're just sort of slowly working on that at the moment.